So we've talked a lot about how Donald Trump and his horribleness has become normalized. Other people like, how did it become normalized? And I actually saw a round table or a panel discussion on MSNBC, and they brought on 3 media critics to see if cable news was responsible for the normalization of Trump. Turns out they all didn't think so. They all thought cable news was scot-free. They didn't do anything wrong. So that was great. That was a panel on Chris Hayes' show, which is hilarious. I've covered it. There's a video on it. Zakaria, right, had this to say. He was on CNN. He was talking about Donald Trump after what he just did to the Gold Star mom. So you know what happened. There was a Muslim fighting for the United States, was killed. His father and mother gave a speech at the DNC. Trump then disparaged them, the people whose son was killed fighting for our country. And so this is what Fareed Zakaria had to say. I'm not pronouncing his name correctly. Here's what he had to say, which is pretty interesting.
Every time it is demonstrated that Donald Trump is plainly ignorant about some basic public policy issue, some well-known fact, he comes back with a certain bravado and tries to explain it away with a tweet or a statement. I mean, he did it on Brexit. He did it on the nuclear triad. He did it really on how U.S. debt markets work. He thought that Tim Kaine was the governor of New Jersey. And now with this. And it's sort of amusing to watch how is he going to pull it off this time? What is he going to argue? Usually he adds that the press hates him. But there's a term for this kind of thing. This is the mode of a bullshit artist. And, it's sometimes amusing. Whoa. It's entertaining if the guy is trying to sell you a condo or a car. But for a president of the United States, it's deeply worrying.
So hey, by the way, if Trump, way to go, the media finally decides to speak plainly about what's happening on their own channel. But let me just say this. If Trump is a bullshit artist, the media is his canvas. The corporate media are art connoisseurs if he's a bullshit artist. Trump is a bullshit artist, and the corporate media is the National Endowment for the Arts. I have a lot of jokes that make the same point about the media. Trump is a bullshit artist, and CNN is the Louvre. How do you say that? It's the Louvre?
The Louvre?
Louvre.
The Louvre. The Louvre.
Yep.
Boy, finally someone says the truth, and because of it, CNN will have to pay an FCC fine. No, they don't have to. On cable, you can swear, by the way. People don't know that.
They bleep the word artist.
So this is the media after birthing the devil spawn that is Donald Trump. Now they want to put it up for adoption. This is what seems to be happening. And by the way, this is the closest America gets to presenting the arts on TV. Is a bullshit artist.
Pretty much.
Right. So as patrons of the bullshit arts, CNN then asked Corey Lewandowski for his artistic opinion. So, again, it started with the normalization of Fox. Nobody pushed back against Fox News. They've done studies. We now know scientifically the more you watch Fox News, the less informed you are. We know this. And people like Barack Obama go on Bill O'Reilly's show, even though he's a race baiter and race baits the president. And it's nothing but propaganda. He goes on his show and props him up. Hillary Clinton went on his show. Hillary Clinton said Megyn Kelly is a superb journalist, even though we know she's a supreme race baiter. Even though we know what they're doing isn't journalism. So that whole game of, well, Fox News is news. So now you've legitimized it. It's just propaganda. And so this is more of it. And now Trump, well, now this is the media replacing objectivity with neutrality. This is them hiring Corey Lewandowski because we got to get the other side. The other side? So this is so the media, and now all of a sudden they're upset. Now, I got it. By the way, now that he's almost president, I better say something. Mm-hmm. Now that he's almost president, I better tell you the straight truth about this guy. He's not good. And so that just goes to, again, you would think I would use this clip to show you what a good job the media is doing. It just highlights what a horrible job the media has done forever about this. and will continue. They're still paying Corey Lewandowski, this same channel, paying him to come out and spew propaganda, paying him. CNN. So no kudos, go suck it, and you wonder why people get their news from YouTube.